Hi, Michael. Thanks for taking part. Now, if you're thinking that immigration is an issue, then you're either racist or you listen to racists and don't bother to do any fact checking of yourself. So we actually need immigrants in this country because go back a few years and for every one person claiming state pension, you'd have like 20 people paying into the pension pot. But now it's like 4 people paying into the pension pot for every one person working. And there's not actually a pension pot. We just pay taxes, and some of those taxes are allocated towards people's pensions. We have an aging population and a decline in birth rate. So the only way for this country to actually have money in order to fund public services, pensions, so on and so forth, is to have people immigrate and work. And we know that the majority of immigrants aren't going to retire in this country. We know that immigrants pay more taxes than the average Brit. So it's a no-brainer in terms of how much money we can actually get there. But you seem to have misunderstood what immigration is and confused that with asylum seekers, because I guarantee no one is just walking into this country, especially immigrants, because they have to buy a visa before they come to this country, and they have to pay the NHS surcharge before they come to this country, as well as every single year that they're actually here. And as I've said beforehand, Reform UK have no practical solution when it comes to stopping the boat. And the very notion that you think bringing up protecting women and children is laughable or hilarious, considering that we have to process asylum claims, are you saying that every single asylum seeker is a risk to women and kids? Because the crime statistics just don't marry that, buddy. They really don't. But of course, if you really wanted to find out who was coming here, then you'd be pushing for people to be able to start their asylum process before they were physically in this country. You know, the way that they used to do before the Tories, before they flooded to Reform UK, stopped that from being possible. Now, when it comes to net zero, I don't know if you're aware of this, but it costs quite a lot of money to get energy, like electric, from fossil fuels when you compare that to green power, so wind turbines, solar panels, so on and so forth. So the closer we get to net zero, the cheaper our bills are going to become, because right now our energy grid is dependent on fossil fuels, which is by far the most expensive way of generating energy. So every step we take to replacing our dependency on fossil fuels and just using that to top up our electric, the cheaper our bills are going to be. But of course, you'd have to do research to know that. But thanks for taking part.